shadows that wilted away. What went wrong, my old friend? I realise calling you that now is both no longer true, and perhaps something that would implicate me along with you, but despite it all, coming of age has sharpened my gaze. You were intelligent. Hell, I'm sure you still are, somewhere underneath that crushing expression of human preservation. Though your actions have made me consider my own stance on our existence, and I come to a somewhat different conclusion. Does it really matter? I don't mean that as in preserving the planet doesn't matter, and we should torture everything in our way in sights of expansion and empire building, but inherently, what does matter? Maybe phrasing the question as, do we have a purpose, makes this easier. Take the moon. I think that's a great place to start. It's barren, yes? Devoid of all life except the occasional space explorer. Is that a bad thing? I wouldn't say so. But is it a good thing? I wouldn't say so either. It's an empty rock, neutral and existing. I'd argue that same argument could be made about life as a concept. Because we experience life, and in fact cannot even debate the idea without life being a standard. I'd say we are incredibly biased towards life being a good thing. I'm the same. I'd say from my own perspective that life is wonderful, and we should preserve it for as long as we can, but objectively, it's neither good nor bad. It's just a thing that happens to exist. Life going extinct in its entirety doesn't necessarily warrant an objectively negative gaze. It's going to do so eventually, after all. A better way to put it may be this. The amount of unborn humans from a stolen future may be catastrophically high. But there were roughly 100 million humans never born, simply because I was the fastest. Life is unfair. Make of that what you will. A succinct way to put it is this. I think what you did was throw your life away for a cause that means nothing. A Jonestown type for an idea. We'll likely have blown ourselves up before the planet becomes too hot anyway. I'm likely one of the few people who still actively thinks about you and your heroic sacrifice for a future you have no faith in. You're already forgotten, I'm afraid, and made no difference. If you're wondering what future we have as a species, then surely you believe we're already doomed. In which case, what did you sacrifice yourself for exactly? A shame. But did you really expect leaders to change? Heads of state don't listen when all you do is talk. You can't just run your mouths and expect to change. Take meaningful actions. Get the right people to listen. Blocking public roads only makes the population hate you. Heads of state will just fly over. We have not had a great history. I'm sorry for my part in that. But seeing you do what you did, knowing that perhaps if I'd been a better friend and a bit wiser with the world, I could have prevented it. It stays with me. I'd wish you the best, but I'm certain you're far from it. Likely never reaching it now. Consequences in action, I suppose. Your intelligence wasted on an idea that will outlive our nuclear ambitions. Hell, even if we do, you'll have to convince the Russian, Chinese and Saudi governments to do the same. You got a slim chance with the Americans, but the other three? Good luck with that. You couldn't even manage it in a democracy.